Welcome back to All About Alcohol. So today's topic is, what is distillation? History of distillation. In part 1. About the method and stills we will talk about in part 2. Coming on Thursday. So let's get started.
It's turned into grist. The grist is then transferred into a large mash tun where it's mixed with hot water at about 64 degrees centigrade. The starch is converted to sugar, dissolved in the water, and what we extract now is called sweet wort. The sweet wort is transferred to one of the washbacks and turned into alcohol by the addition of yeast. The yeast also creates fruity and floral compounds such as esters. After 2 days, the alcohol reaches a concentration of around 8.5% alcohol by volume. This is called wash. The wash is now boiled up twice in copper stills. The copper helps to create certain flavours and remove unwanted compounds. The first is called the wash still, and the second distillation takes place in a spirit still. The spirit travels through the spirit safe, where the purest part, or the cut, is taken and then redistilled. What we now have is new make spirit.
What is distillation? Separation of alcohol from fermented alcohol liquid by the application of heat is called distillation. The equipment used for distillation is called still. The principle of distillation is that ethyl alcohol vaporizes at a lower temperature, 78.3 degrees Celsius, than water, 100 degrees Celsius. Thus, where a liquid containing alcohol is heated as an enclosed environment, the alcohol will form, stream first and be taken off, leaving water and other ingredients behind. This process raises the alcoholic strength of the resulting liquid. In simplified example, let's consider a mixture of 90% water and 10% ethyl alcohol. Water has a boiling point of 100 degrees Celsius and ethyl alcohol has a boiling point of 78.3 degrees Celsius. The ethyl will boil and vaporize well before the water. So when the vapor are collected and condensed, the resulting distillate will have a high concentration of ethyl alcohol and comparatively little water. History of distillation. Since the earliest known use of distillation is about 5,000 years ago, practice of the art has grown and spread around the world in several waves, the speed and extent of each being dictated by geography, trade routes, and cultural and religious influence. Possibly the earliest written record of distillation is in the Epic of Gilgamesh, which describes a form of essential oil distillation practiced in Babylon as far back as 3000 BCE. Herbs were placed in a large heated cauldron of boiling water, and the cauldron's opening was covered with sheepskin, fleece side down. Periodically, the sheepskin was changed and the condensed soaking the fleece was wrung out into a small jar. Essential oils floated to the surface of the water collected in the jar and were skimmed off. Distilling migrates east and west. By 500 BC, alcohol distillation was an established industry in the ancient Indian area known as Taxila, Punjab, in the modern northwest Pakistan, where archaeologists discovered a perfectly preserved terracotta distillation system. Picture of terracotta distillation is on the left of your screen. In this process, steam rising from a pot of boiling water passed through a bed of fermented grains. Pick up alcohol and flavors from the grains. The vapors then struck the bottom of a second pot filled with cold water, where they condensed and dripped into the collection tube. From Taxila, knowledge spread to east and the west, and by 350 BC, knowledge of distillation process appeared in the writing of Aristotle in Greece and Syndrius in Libya. Distillation in China may have begun during the Eastern Han Dynasty, but the distillation of beverage began in Jin and Sung dynasties according to archaeological evidence. Now the part 1 ends here. See you in part 2 of distillation. If you find our video informative, then do subscribe, like, and share.